Tuna is then sold to stores and restaurants specializing in fresh fish as well as sushi chains and supermarkets. You may have eaten tuna raised by Sojitz Tuna Farm Takashima without knowing that Sojitz Tuna Farm Takashima carefully monitors the tuna's environment, so that the fish has a rich umami flavor with an optimal balance of red meat and fat. Takashima Bluefin Tuna is in high demand in Japan as well as widely exported abroad. Freshness is an essential factor for fish products. For tuna specifically, significant differences in quality appear based on freshness management procedures from the time the fish is caught until it lands on your plate. Sojitz Tuna Farm Takashima's current freshness management methods are the product of a continuous quest for perfection developed through years of testing and refinement. The answer to freshness management lies above deck. While most of us consider the blue and black marlin to be one of the toughest predatory fish in the sea, there is another notable species that deserves recognition: the tuna. Yellowfin tuna, big-eye tuna, bluefin tuna, blackfin tuna, all put up an amazing fight. These fish do not know the meaning of the word give up, and will swim with all their might until the very end. Yellowfin tuna is perhaps the most common species, appearing in fish cases and fillet tables from the mid-Atlantic states to the Bahamas, the Caribbean and throughout the Pacific and Indian Oceans. Bluefin tuna are the waters, and are also abundant in the Gulf of Mexico and elsewhere. Advertisement. Here are the 5 best tuna fishing locations to catch truly giant-sized tuna. Tuna fishing in San Diego, California. San Diego tuna. San Diego, California, has excellent yellowfin and bluefin tuna fishing. Photo provided by Kareem Linjawi. If the catch of the world record yellowfin tuna, a 405-pound fish, doesn't get you hopping aboard a long-range party boat departing from San Diego, California, then this tidbit from Captain Frank: how about low pressed, captain of the world-famous Royal Polaris since 1977, we usually catch 5 to 15 fish over 300 pounds per trip. And that's all the boats in the fleet. Long-range tuna boats experience some of the best yellowfin tuna fishing in the world. You'll have a slightly different experience, sleeping with up to 32 other passengers on a 10-plus day cruise into Mexican waters on a ship more than 100 feet long. We typically run trips that last from 5 to 22 days, but most of our big tuna are caught on trips that last 10 days or longer, Low Pressed said. Advertisement. While the boats left San Diego, they aimed for a series of distant shores and islands that lay off the Mexican coast to the south. We fish off the Lusitania Bank off Magdalena Bay, about 600 miles from San Diego, or in another even more successful area, Hurricane Bank, 980 miles south of San Diego. We also fish Clarion Island, about 850 miles away, Low Prest said. The trip south takes about 2.5 to 3.5 days to reach the fishing grounds, but Low Prest said anglers are kept busy preparing tackle and watching DVDs. Additionally, they also catch 150 to 400 mackerel in one trip. Each passenger is allowed to catch 15 tuna and 15 mackerel, more than enough for anyone. About 95% of the fishery uses live sardines caught from the ship's giant live fish wells. They also caught a fair amount of fish using kites. We use a rig called a double trouble, which consists of 2 sardines on 2 hooks. Live flying fish, live mackerel and live skipjack also work well with big yellowfin kites, Low Prest said. Advertisement. Charter. Royal Polaris, royalpolaris.com, 619-226-8030 Royal Star, royalstarsportfishing.com, 619-224-4764. Bluefin tuna fishing in Nova Scotia, Canada. Nova Scotia tuna. The world's largest bluefin tuna was caught in Nova Scotia, Canada. Photo provided by Jamie Stewart. Few fish can live up to their name like a giant adult bluefin tuna. One of the rare species of fish that regularly surpasses the 1,000-pound mark, hooking a giant bluefin tuna in deep water is almost a sure thing. Just ask the unlucky guys who stumble across it. Fish weighing more than 800 pounds a few times each year in the mile-deep waters of the Gulf of Mexico. If you want to see more fish and in water no deeper than 200 feet, then you need to go to the Land of Giants, Nova Scotia, Canada. This area of Canada offers some of the best bluefin tuna fishing in the world. You won't find any sport fishermen in Nova Scotia, so don't expect the best boat for tuna fishing. If you make the trip, you will be fishing on a working commercial boat. But some things will be familiar. They use all the traditional methods we use to target tuna, baits. The difference between farm tuna and wild tuna. Takashi Aoyama, Getty Images. By John J. Lee, June 17, 2022, 11:42 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. For sushi lovers everywhere, tuna is a gem of flavor, texture and presentation, able to headline a variety of dishes, each better than the last. A fish whose red, white and pink flesh is as prized as rubies and diamonds, many varieties of tuna are used in sushi and other dishes sought after around the world. But as the costs and benefits of fishing and farming to industries and the environment become clearer, many scientists and fishermen find themselves at a confusing crossroads. According to Food Republic, there are quite a few different types of tuna sought after by chefs, each with a different life cycle. According to NPR, tuna farming is slow and careful work, but there are efforts underway around the world to try to control tuna and capture the means of production. But with all these efforts, how does farmed tuna compare to the truly wild-caught blue tuna that captivates the world? Differences in weight and price. Photo, Bloomberg, Getty Images. Of the many types of tuna that can be caught in the wild, only bluefin is successfully farmed, with experimental efforts underway for yellowfin, according to Tuna. According to fine dining lovers, in an interview with chef and owner Tamu Kimura of Sushi Kimura, wild bluefin tuna reaches a weight of 50 kilograms in about 3 years. During the same period, farmed tuna will grow to a weight of about 70 kilograms. Farmed tuna are fattened with special feed and are therefore much larger than wild tuna of the same age, as this increase in weight is profitable for the farmer. Because it is difficult to catch wild bluefin tuna, and also because wild bluefin tuna meat is 2 or 3 times more expensive than farmed tuna. Demand for authentic wild bluefin tuna is high, and when combined with low supply, prices skyrocket compared to less popular and highly supplied farmed tuna. Tuna seasonality and general availability. J-Scale Explore, Shutterstock. Tuna is a species with an extremely diverse habitat and can be found in every ocean in the world, according to Britannica. This means they can be caught virtually anywhere. All one needs is the right equipment and expertise. Farmed tuna, because they must be raised under specific conditions and closely monitored, cannot be found in as many places as other wild tuna species. Tuna lists only very specific locations where tuna farms can operate, including the Mediterranean Sea, especially Spain and Malta, the southwestern Pacific regions of Japan and Australia, and the eastern Pacific regions of Mexico. The time when tuna can be raised or caught also varies widely. Chef Kimura said that certain timing cycles surrounding wild tuna's feeding patterns and mating behaviors produce fattier and/or tastier meat, so most fishing wild tuna occurs at specific times. There is quite a bit of variation during these fishing times. Factors such as the specific type of fish and diet are important. Farmed tuna, on the other hand, has no seasonal changes due to its tightly controlled environment, so the best farmed tuna is available year-round. Koringu ko the dat vi mot so lai du, dan bat kor muk, Quan la Coringu, Dak Biat la Coringu Ve Exan Rat Duk Ue Chung, Dar Bai Dan Bat Kor Muk. Jia Ne Dan Den Tin Trang Kan Hiam Nung Loai Corne, Des Ar Tri Ti Trong Kua Chung Len Kao. Dan Bat X Abo, Coringu Thung Duk Tim Theo Vung Nuk Sao, X A Zoi Va Viets Dan Bat Chung Ko the Lamot Kor Trinde Touch Thuk Va Tun Kem. Kathway Tao Dan Korko the Phi Dai Chuyen Xava Dan New Toi Gian Tren Bian, Gay grow quickly, lay eggs when they are 1 year old, and have a relatively short lifespan of 7 years. Tuna is a very fast swimmer. Thanks to their unique torpedo body, smooth skin and elongated fins, tuna are fast swimmers. Albacore tuna can swim faster than 50 miles per hour. This helps them catch prey, avoid predators, and cover large areas during their annual migration.